Hey guys, welcome back to the Buzz Weaver channel and a completely unprepared video here on the 4th of July. So if you're here in the States, I want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. This video will most likely not be monetized because of the subject matter. And I did want to come to you today. This is unscripted. This is going to be completely live. There's family here. Some of them just came back from our local parade. So if you hear any ambient noise, including fireworks or others in the background here as we cover this, you will know what is going on because it's kind of really like a live mic. So here from the Chicago Times, 6 dead, more than 24 hospitalized in mass shooting at Highland Park, 4th of July parade, shooter sought. Now, I just heard from a Fox News report that they're looking for a white male with dark hair, 18 to 22 years old. So please understand this is all fluid. This is all happening right now. There's no additional information that I've been able to glean from any of this. That's why I was going to kind of just read from this article here that happened really about an hour ago here as of this recording. 6 people were killed and possibly more than 24 others wounded when a gunman started shooting from a rooftop 10 minutes after the Highland Park 4th of July parade kicked off Monday morning, authorities said. Shortly after noon, the Highland Park police said it remained an active incident and urged people to stay away. Authorities continue to hunt for the shooter, and the FBI asked that anyone who had video of the shooting or possible information about the shooter call their toll-free tip line to let them know. And of course, they have some of their own video here that I won't play. Or this is just some of the parade here, I guess, that was going on. Again, guys, I'm doing this completely off script here. This is all just kind of a live mic situation. Just looking at some of the images here, and then we're going to go over here to some live video to kind of keep you guys engaged a bit without me just rambling. But we have had a very tumultuous last 2.5 years here in the United States. If you have followed my channel since the summer of 2019, of course, we covered the Hong Kong incident down there in Hong Kong, the protest there in Hong Kong. And then in November, we had heard about the pandemic, or we were telling people that we were hearing about a pandemic, and it was slowly moving into Italy. And we started making videos, fellow commentaries started making videos to let everyone know that, you know, you may want to stock up food and so forth and so on. Then, of course, we had a very controversial, very heated election in 2020, which is still being discussed right now. And of course, we have covered that exhaustively here on the channel. Then we've had individuals close to President Trump, as well as President Trump, that were being subpoenaed, some even arrested, as you most recently had heard about. And so we have this continuing escalation. And of course, then after the election, we had what was the Capitol 6th event that happened, which is then now led into what we have now. And as of this year, of course, starting it kind of off early, we know it is the midterm. So I don't want to speculate or point fingers or suggest or imply that, you know, any of this is sort of generated, but we can surmise, at least from the leak from the Supreme Court, that it's hard to say what happened there, because that is something that has never happened in our country. It was very historic. The first time something like that had ever been leaked from the Supreme Court. And it was a very controversial issue, as you know, Roe v. Wade, an opinion on turning it over, which it was turned over, all in the same year. This is all happening within the same year. Then we had the events in Texas. And then, of course, we have, then the war happened in February the 24th. Russia invaded the Ukraine. Now, we do live in a time of technology where information can flow instantly. And so, of course, you can always have this sort of news or types of news happen as things are unfolding. And I'm going to just jump really quickly over here to some additional content that I have, because as you know, there was a shooting in Sweden, and then there was one just yesterday in Denmark. Let's see. Yeah, in Copenhagen, there in the city. So we had this event happen in Copenhagen just yesterday. And then there was one in Sweden as well. So I assume this may be, this is the alleged gunman here. And of course, we know that in Europe, there are very, very extraordinarily strict gun laws. And so my point here is that in most of these countries, the only people who are going to have guns are going to be criminals, or at least those who engage with the weapons will be criminals, of course. And they're kind of showing that activity right there. But here it is, white male, 18 to 20 years old, long black hair, Sorry, I missed part of that, covering that or going over the Copenhagen event there with you guys. You are welcome to comment down below. Let me know what's going on. I hope that if you're here in the States that you are enjoying your holiday weekend. I was certainly enjoying mine. The family, as I said, family's here. The kids, my niece and nephews, just came back from the parade just here locally. And we can see here some individuals scrambling away from the scene. And as we understand it, it's still an active shooter event. And we'll continue to obviously monitor this. But I just want to let you guys know, just bring you in on what's been going on. It's been a very tumultuous year. Again, none of this was prepared. We know we have discussed a lot about what has happened now that it is the midterms, and so much activity that's going on. And I don't want to point fingers at any political group and say, you know, who can take advantage of this and who can take advantage of that. We already know the situation overall when it comes to these types of events. We know that the Democrats are very much trying to get more gun control, while the Supreme Court, as we covered here on the channel, just allowed for more permit carry in many of the states that were making it very difficult for people to permit carry. So this will obviously be another leveraging point. But of course, we have to recognize that individuals have lost their lives. People are losing their lives. People are being injured. So politicizing these things has a secondary type effect, because it's easy for me as a commentator to sit back, look at the news, and read these things when these are actually happening in people's lives. These aren't just events that I read or and so forth. It's happening some faraway country or wherever else, not affecting us. But we are being affected right now by gas prices, inflation, shortages. Those sorts of things are happening right now. And there are certain political groups who do thrive on this level of chaos, and they use this chaos, as some individuals have said, never let a crisis go to waste. And unfortunately, each of those situations are different and they vary in scale. However, there are victims during these situations. But I'd like to hear your thoughts down there. This is still happening, still very fluid. So we're still trying to determine what all is going on. But nonetheless, I hope everyone is having a pleasant weekend and enjoying their 4th of July. If you haven't already and you're following this on New Tech, be sure to give me a follow on there. Thank you for all your guys' support there, and here on YouTube as well. So appearing there on the screen, that will be the channel icon. You guys can click on to subscribe, as well as to receive notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.